The coronavirus pandemic is hitting every industry, including property. Homeowners, renters and landlords are all facing pretty uncertain times. So to try to make sense of it all, let's bring in Veronica Morgan from Good Deeds Property Buyers. It's nice to see you, Veronica.
Hello there.
Now, the way Australians buy and sell their homes has changed for now. We know that group on-site auctions and open homes are banned. How much do you think that this will affect the number of homes bought and sold?
Well, it's going to reduce the number of homes being bought and sold. Mainly, a lot of owners are not wanting to put their properties on the market when it's difficult to get a lot of buyers through. So obviously when agents can only get one person through at a time, and even with a couple, they've got to take, say, the husband through, then the wife through, or the husband, then the husband, or the wife, then the wife. You know, that's a very long, laborious process. So therefore, you're not going to get tyre kickers, you're not going to get accidental buyers, you're going to get very, very motivated buyers. So it's going to slow things down considerably.
And Veronica, of course, this isn't just an economic argument. People are worried about their homes, they're worried about being able to pay off their mortgages, and of course, they're worried about the value of their homes. Is this going to put house prices up or down?
Well, I think that's an interesting question. What we all have to remember is that this too will end, right? And property is a long game. We just came through a 2-year downturn across the country, but particularly in Sydney and Melbourne. And we came out of that. We bounced out of that. In Sydney, median prices in that time went down 15% over a 2-year period and bounced back within 12 months, less than 12 months. So, you know, so therefore there's a level of resilience in the property market because people need to live somewhere. So the pressure on individuals to sell isn't necessarily homogenous. So it's not like you have everybody in the same financial position all needing to offload their property at the same time. And I think that's something we all need to remember, that the banks, the government, there's quite a lot of help there, but for those who have really stretched themselves financially and live month or even week to week, or have racked up enormous credit card debt and no buffers, yeah, they're going to be under some pressure, but your neighbour may not be under the same pressure. And so therefore a widespread sort of shedding of stock, I don't see that.
So with interest rates as low as they are, is now the time to look at our mortgages?
I think it's a great time to look at your mortgage. The interesting thing, though, is think about the banks. OK, so the banks are actually encouraging that. They're actually, incentivising. Many of them are incentivising people to switch to them and refinance. The problem is that a lot of them actually process these applications offshore in India. And India, last week, went into total lockdown. Oh. So, yes, it's a great idea. I'm not 100% certain how the banks are going to manage the influx of these applications because, there have been, apparently, they're very, very busy. So great time, but it might take a while.
And from what you're saying, I reckon it could be a good time to buy into the market. What's your view?
Well, there could be opportunities, absolutely. And what I'm seeing is, as with any transitional market, you see inconsistency. So there's no particular trend at the moment that I'm seeing on the ground, OK? So some agents, for instance, are very good at being a steady guiding hand for their vendors and buyers for that matter, whereas others are panicking and others are really worried about getting commissions into their pockets. So you'll see quite a lot of different types of communication coming out of agents and different types of fear-mongering and really trying to put pressure on people to sell. And some people are responding to that, some aren't. So those that respond to that, yes, there could be some great opportunities and there could be individual people who are under pressure. And also there is a change to capital gains tax coming in at the end of June, and that could put pressure on expats who have properties in Australia. So there's sort of some pockets of owners that might be really under pressure to sell, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily widespread nor uniform.
Just what is that change to capital gains?
So what that means, say you moved overseas and you rented out your home while you left it in Australia and you were thinking you might move back into it, but you're not really sure. You have a period of time. Well, you actually get a concession. Now, I'm not a tax advisor. I should be very careful here. I haven't actually prepped up exactly how to explain this. But you do get a concession. So you're not paying income tax on the entire gain on that property. However, that is changing as of June 30. So get advice from your accountant if you get caught by that. But certainly some expats are saying, well, I don't want to pay all of that tax, so therefore I'm prepared to take a bit of a cut or a hit on the actual sale price.
What are your 3 top tips for people at home?
Okay, this too shall pass. You know, I mean, you have to have a roof over your head. If you panic and make decisions right now, you probably will regret the decisions that you make. So just really take the time to really think through what all of your options are. Do not rush your decisions. Do not knee jerk. And also, if you are thinking about buying, take this time to prepare yourself, both the financial side of things and also in terms of researching the market and what your options are going to be, so you're ready to take advantage of opportunities should they come up.
All right, Veronica, really good advice. We'll just chill. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.